back to my channel. This is episode 4 of Twist Talks, and this episode is going to be about forgiveness and why we feel like it is important for growth. So if you guys have not seen my other Twist Talk videos, I do have 3 other episodes. Episode 1 is setting boundaries. Episode 2 is discussing the importance of self-care. And episode 3 is self-love. So if you guys would like to take some time and tune into those and check them out and leave a comment, let me know what you think. We're going to go ahead and get into this video about forgiveness. So the reason why I wanted to do this episode about forgiveness is because I feel like, you have to really kind of sit in things when you're holding on to grudges, you're holding on to emotions, you're holding on to betrayal, you're holding on to hurt. And I do feel like that can cause you to not be able to grow. It just depends on the type of person you are. Like for me, when someone betrays me or they do something that causes me to not be able to forgive them or have a hard time forgiving them, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I hold on to things. I don't know why I'm like that. I try not to. I think that's definitely something that I have to work on for myself. But I just find it to be very challenging to just be able to forgive and move on. And I do feel like, with growth, that is achievable. But right now I can't say I'm in the space for that. But I am working on it. That is for sure. So we're going to start off with a definition of forgiveness. So it is an intentional decision to let go of resentment and anger. So that is when you kind of sit in a situation and you think about it and you say, you know what? I think I'm going to let it go. I think I'm going to forgive this person. Another thing about forgiveness is when you do decide to forgive them, you are accepting the situation as whatever it is. You're accepting someone for the choices that they have made. It doesn't mean because you forgive, you have to go back and reconcile the relationship and be best friends or be back together. No, that's not the case. You are forgiving them for the sake of yourself so you can have a peace of mind and you can move forward, not, knowing that you're not holding on to anything, that there's nothing that's going to stunt your growth because you're willing and able to move forward past that. And it is definitely easier said than done. So why might forgiveness be important? It can help us heal, from things. If someone hurt you or lied to you or, did something messed up that has impacted your, emotional state, you can heal through that when you forgive them for with the hurt that they have caused. It helps you move on to not hold on to anger or resentment or any other negative emotions. And, forgiveness can also impact your mental health, your physical health. It can give you stress, anxiety, and it also can lead to depression. All of those things are linked together. So when you're holding on to things, you're holding on to that anger, it can make you anxious. It can make you, feel some type of way, which can definitely cause you to be stressed and can cause your anxiety to increase. And it can also give you mental health and physical health, impacts to your body as well. Mental health aspects are the stress, anxiety, and the depression. The physical health aspects would be, higher blood pressure, and other physical health issues that can come from that. So the key to forgiveness is just being able to understand the situation from the other person's point of view, which is not always the easiest thing to do. That can kind of be challenging depending on what the situation is. And sometimes we may not ever know why someone did the things that they did, why they made the decisions that they made. And that is completely okay. There are going to be times that you're not going to have a clue why they did what they did, or just because they don't care, just because they may just be selfish, and that's just what they wanted to do, and that's fine. And don't go always looking for an explanation for, why they made that decision. Sometimes you just have to sit there and be like, you know what? I've let this, resentment impact me long enough. I'm going to move on from this for myself and be a happier person. And I'm going to let it go because it's not worth the energy that I'm putting into holding on to this grudge. Because sometimes that's how I look at it. Like, you're holding on to a grudge, and that takes energy, whether people want to admit it or not. So letting it go, you're releasing that energy that you're putting towards that situation. All right. So forgiveness can definitely help with being optimistic, having a happy life, being hopeful, and, of course, the physical health aspect of lowering your blood pressure and not causing you any anxiety or stress. At this big age of 30 years old, I can't say I've always been a forgiver. When I was younger, I really did hold on to things. I held grudges for sure. And it would be over the stupidest thing. Like, if somebody was to make me mad, I was blocking them. That was the vibe. Am I proud of myself for that? No, because I lost a lot of friendships from that. I have some regrets in there. Holding grudges doesn't get you anywhere. And then after that situation, I just said, I'm not going to hold grudges anymore. I'm going to address things for what they are. It kind of made me grow up. So, it definitely has its benefits. It just depends on how you look at it. Now, that goes into forgiving other people. Now, let's talk about forgiving yourself. Okay, let's talk about a situation where you may have done something that was messed up to someone else, right? And that person's mad at you, but then you're also mad at yourself. Holding on to that anger towards yourself, that guilt that you develop within yourself, can definitely cause some issues. So you want to make sure that you are able to forgive yourself. Sit in the situation, take some responsibility for what you've done, and how your decisions have impacted the relationship. Do not have extreme guilt or shame. It's okay to have a little bit of guilt and shame. That's fine. But don't make it extreme to the point where you're not able to recover from that. Okay? Reflect on the situation. And then understand why you made the choice you made, and then rectify the situation. Move forward past it, Go through those stages, but do not dwell on the situation, because you can literally beat yourself up, and you can be super hard on yourself, and all these things, nothing's gonna change. What's done is done. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you're not being too hard on yourself, and you're able to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you make. We are all human. We're going to make mistakes. That is just a part of life, but it's what you do after you make those mistakes and how you react after you make those mistakes that shows your true character and what kind of person you truly are. And if you can forgive yourself for the things that you've done, that's growth. I don't care what nobody says. So some positives about forgiveness is you can repair relationships if the relationship is repairable. I'm not saying every relationship is repairable, because there are some that are not, and that's okay. You grow as a person. It definitely shows that you are mature when you're able to forgive. And then you model, when you forgive, and let's say you have children that are looking up to you, you're modeling that for your children. So it can improve intergenerational improvement. So, we are literally a reflection of, we are examples for our children. So the way that we move and the way that we respond to things, they pay attention to. And being able to forgive people is great for your children to see, as long as you make sure whenever you do forgive, let's say if you want to reconcile that relationship, you set some boundaries around it. If you're not able to reconcile the relationship, you can forgive and move forward about your life and live a happy life. So I know everyone, may view forgiveness in different ways, but for me, I think it's definitely crucial to growth, crucial to growing. Just because you forgive someone does not mean you got to be best friends with them. You guys have to be, happy-go-lucky, painting a town red. none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just really, when it comes down to it, how much do you want to grow as a person? Because holding on to things does not get you far. And even if you don't hold on to things, forgive them for yourself. Forgive them for you. That's what it is. You're forgiving people for yourself, not for them. You're forgiving them for yourself, for your peace of mind, so you can be able to move forward in life and not have things that are, hindering you from being able to grow as a person. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this twist talk. This is something that I wanted to upload a long time ago, because it's been sitting with me, and there were some people I had to forgive, and I had the hardest time. And sometimes I still take it one day at a time when it comes to forgiving, because you have to make sure that's something that you're ready for, and everybody's not ready to forgive, and that's okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we will be coming out with more videos in the future. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Oh, and I also wanted to tell you guys that when I started Jay's starter locks in the beginning, like this time, I was kind of experimenting by not washing his hair. So if you have seen a lot of buildup in his locks, it was because I did not wash his hair, I think, for like a month. And instead of washing it, I just used the water bottle to kind of get the buildup out, and I retwisted it. So there's that. All right. Thank you guys for being here with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.